another video, and today we are looking at 5 of the most annoying car trends that I hate. Again, this is going to be another rant episode, which is going to be great. And we're starting off with Subaru, the Subaru Outback. What the hell is this? I'm sorry, Subaru. Why does all of your cars have this? Now, you may think that that's just an annoying feature on the Subaru Outback, and that not all their cars are like that. The Crosstrek has it. Why? It's ugly. Lights don't go up there. It's just so that you can put more plastic on it. Come on, man. Even on the Ascent. It's even on the Ascent. And the Solterra. And on the Impreza. And on the Legacy. Like, seriously, Subaru, what are you thinking? These little, these little gills here, they don't look good. They just look like more plastic. And in an accident, that's just separating this panel from that panel and this panel from that, just making more panels that you have to make. Subaru, stop it! And you may think that this is just, well, it's Subaru design team. No! They think that this is what the US wants. Why? Because in Australia, the Outback doesn't have that. I mean, look at it. That's exactly where it should go. And that's where it is. So you see that? You see that tiny little panel? The panel is the same size. They just don't have the annoying little the gills anymore. So why in Australia do they get a better Outback than we do? By the way, the Outback in Australia is much better. Much better than the one that we have here. Look at that. No annoying little gills of any kind on that one. No. It's only in the American one. I will say, over in Australia, the Crosstrek does, unfortunately, it has the gills. But the Outback doesn't, so why does Subaru think that this is what Americans want, this weird little gill thing? Ugh. The next trend that I hate is double headlights. This is out of Welcome to Hyundai and Kia, the weirdest Korean ugly, fugly cars you will ever see. First of all, they catch on fire. They're not made well, except apparently in foreign countries. So look, you have your turn signal up here and your headlights down here. Okay. On the Palisade, again, a huge SUV. I remember I was watching a review of an Oldsmobile custom cruiser, and it had one light in the back, one for the turn signal, and one was the brake and the turn signal, and it was this big honking thing. How can that not get away with it, and how can this? Look at it. Look at it. So what? Ugh. And if you're the car, right, let's say you're the car that's up ahead of this car, you're never going to see that turn signal. Maybe on the Venue you can see the turn signal, but why? It doesn't look good. Like, why even put fake headlights up there? Like the Juke. Remember the Nissan Juke? Why? Why have these little headlights down here when you could just put the entire headlight up there? Like, why? Why? I know it's not headlight regulations, because I know the IHS and NHTSA both agreed that this is stupid and that they don't like it. The Toyota Celica Alltrack. Is this a Celica? I think this is just an older version of the Supra. Nope, Celica Alltrack Turbo. One thing on this car is not allowed today because it's unsafe for pedestrians. That's right, something on this car is not allowed on all cars. The pop-up up and down headlights, because they're sharp, right? Let's say you're a pedestrian, you get hit by this. That little thing there could chop you. So how the hell, explain to me, IIHS, explain to me just exactly how NHTSA, this car company can get away with it, but this one can't. You're telling me these tiny little pop-up up and down headlights are going to stab someone and kill them, and yet this gigantic 40-ton SUV with a gigantic stainless steel hood? Let me tell you, some plastic pop-up up and down headlights that just pop the fuck off anyway when you hit anything is a lot less dangerous than what is essentially a sharp-edge frying pan coming flying at you when you're driving. It's probably made out of the same material. Come on! Like, do not tell me that the rules in America are not biased. You cannot tell me that the IHS and NHTSA are not biased to American car companies. Because how the hell can Toyota and any other car company, mainly foreign car companies, tell me one American car company that had pop-up up and down headlights other than Chevy for like a year? Yeah, no. Mainly Japanese companies had pop-up up and down headlights. Mainly foreign companies had pop-up up and down headlights. And yet when an American company, Tesla, comes out with this, suddenly it's not a pedestrian nightmare? Excuse me, NHTSA. So this is awful. I mean, it's the devil. We need to burn it. Burn all the Celicas. Burn all of them. And yet this is fine? Okay. The next troubling car trend. Picture it. You call an Uber, you sit down, you turn on the air conditioning, or you ask him to, and it's a leather, nice wooden-filled interior. It's a very nice car. You have navigation, you have a clock, everything is put out where it's supposed to be. Not even a digital gauge cluster. Just a nice car. A beautiful interior and a good steering wheel. Or something cheaper, you get a rental car, you get a Toyota Corolla. Everything is shaped and everything is beautiful. And then you spend $70,000 on Tesla and get an interior that looks like a kindergartner got a crayon and just started drawing crap. What is that? Why such a big screen? I would much rather have the Corolla screen, or even the Lexus is not even a touch screen, than whatever this gigantic hunker is supposed to be. You can't even see the speed where, okay, I get the Prius was dumb for having it up there. I mean, it looked cool, but it was actually very dumb in purpose. But why doesn't Tesla? Like, why put it there? I don't want to look at the screen. And let me tell you, the screens make my eyes hurt. I have to wear blue light protection goggles, essentially, on my glasses, and have a blue light screen filter on my screen, just so that I don't get massive headaches. If I had this car, I would die. And there's no way to turn it off because everything runs through the screen. The climate controls, the everything. Meanwhile, the climate controls are down here. Even the radio controls aren't on the screen. It just displays things. That's what a screen should be. Even a touch screen, right? Same for the Lexus. The climate controls and radio controls are separate from the screen. And yet, Tesla Model 3, everything. The headlights, the acceleration, your steering wheel, fuck it, it's on the screen. Even your glove box is controlled through the screen. Come on, Tesla. I think your cars, especially on the exterior, I actually think they don't look that bad. Like the Model 3, like from 2018, I actually thought that was pretty sleek and pretty nice. I would never buy one of those, though. I would rather buy a 2015 Toyota Corolla for $15,000 than spend $75,000 of my own money. Not just because I think that those prices, both of them, are ridiculous, but because I feel like I would enjoy the Corolla more. I could turn the touchscreen off when I don't want blue light constantly staring into my eyes, and I can read the speedometer in front of my steering wheel. And also, Tesla. This was a bad idea. They were trying something new and they've stuck to it. But why is Hyundai doing this now? Like, Hyundai, we get it. You make crappy cars. You want to feel validated for entering a new market. That doesn't mean you have to copy every single car maker that was here before you were. Come on. Like, what? Why would you copy such a... Ooh, that's the next one. Why would you copy such a dumb interior design from an even dumber company? Right? So Tesla was dumb for trying it and even dumber for sticking with it. And Hyundai's the stupidest for copying an interior design from that car. Like, why? Why would you do that? And why is there so many markings everywhere? Come on, it's confusing. Now you may say, well, your radio controls are down there and separate from the screen. You have a digital gauge cluster and a digital pretty much everything else. You may not control the it may not be as extreme as Tesla, but this is still a hideous interior. Now, Tech Bros and MKBHD, by the way, no insult to MKBHD, may say that this is a nice interior, but still, I mean, can you really relax in this interior? I know they show the images of whoever they want to put in the things today in the car interior. Oh my god, look, it's Katy Perry in my Hyundai. Woo! It's a Mickey Mouse in my Kia Soul. You know, they may be able to sit back in the seats, but let's say it's raining outside, you've parked, and you just want to take a little nap. Would you rather take a nap in this thing with 7 screens shining in your face? Or take a nap here, turn the screen off, just have the little clock, and just, relax. Relax in your Lexus. This doesn't look inviting. This looks cold. The next one. This is dangerous. I think the IHS and NHTSA should file a lawsuit against Hyundai and any damn company doing this because this is dangerous. Now, you know that Hyundai, the only reason why they do this is because the hoods are so tall that it doesn't really make sense to have the headlights all the way up there. Well, if you're going to make all the cars have tall hoods, then why would you put the controls so low? It's like you're asking for people to die. Why would you put the turn signals absolutely so low? Now, a lot of you are saying, well, Sloth, there's two sides to the coin, right? The IHS doesn't let you put, any lights on a movable piece of plastic. So they put them down here, that way they can still have the thing, right? Because they can't put the lights on the trunk. If every other car company has figured out how to do this, Toyota's figured out how to do this, Honda has figured out how to do this. A 2015 Toyota RAV4 has all of these lights right there. Why are they so low? And also, if you're doing that, why wouldn't you put them right there? They're so insanely low. If a Ford F-150 pulls up behind your piece of shit Hyundai Kona, they can't see you reversing. Let's say that I'm going to give you an instance where this could be very dangerous, right? You, or annoying at least, okay, right? I won't traumatize you. Let's say you're in a car wash and the car ahead of you pulls up, and then all of a sudden the door closes behind them and they need to reverse. And then they hit your car. Why? Because you couldn't see the reverse lights. All you can see is the brake lights. And the brake lights only illuminate that, but they don't illuminate over here. Gah! Why? This is so dangerous. No one can see your turn signals, your amber turn signals. Wow, the first time you take my advice and you finally make your turn signals amber, which is the color that they should be, dumbass, and you finally make your reverse lights white because the IHS has been slapping you upside the head for years. Once you finally do that, you put them so low that they're useless. You might as well put them on the tires because no one's going to see them anyway. This is the Hyundai Kona is ugly. But even more than that, look how small this thing is. Again, it's one of those cars, I've made a video about it. And again, it's one of those cars where I've made a video about it, like I said before, where it's just a sedan turned into an SUV. That's why it looks so hideous. Why would you put them, and they're to the side, they're on the fender, they're nowhere close to the hatch. No one's going to be able to see that, and the reverse lights are even the lowest. Why would you put, you already have one brake light, you have a unibrake light. Why would you put the brake light at the top, the turn signal, and the reverse lights at the bottom when you already have a brake light towards the top? And it doesn't look pretty because this thing looks like a cicada. I'm sorry, it looks ugly. It looks hideous. EVs are terrible, and they're not the answer, and they're not great, and everyone hates them. We already understand that, blah, 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 blah. But why would you make it look so ugly? I mean, it's hideous. Blech. Blech. It's not great. It's ugly. So I am asking every single car company that I have featured, Subaru, stop making your cars look like catfish. Hyundai, put some decent headlights on your car and stop acting up. IHS and NHTSA, stop being corrupt and wanting money for 2 seconds and actually do your damn job and filter the cars that come through, because not every single car should make it to road. And Tesla, wake up and realize that people want a nice experience when they drive a car. They don't want to feel like they're in prison. And Hyundai, realize how absolutely stupid and dumb you are being. Now, remember that example I gave before, just this tiny little last Easter egg, because I know you love it so much. This tiny little last Easter egg, which I know you're going to hate. Remember when I said that Oldsmobile Custom Cruiser has a red brake light for the turn signal and the thing? Well, god damn it, Hyundai. Come on. Number one, the hatch is so huge. Also, those look kind of inappropriate. And also, why are they so low on such a big car? What were you thinking? Hyundai, this car is bigger than the Custom Cruiser. This is a Land Cruiser. Also, by the way, the ground clearance sucks for an SUV this big. It's basically useless. Essentially, imagine taking a Land Cruiser, lowering it so you can't go off-road, and then making everything out of plastic so when you do go off-road, it immediately snaps in half. That's what this piece of shit is. And then imagine taking the turn signals and the brake lights for a car so big it could probably club different cars. Like, you know when you hit a pedestrian? That's what it's going to look like when you hit other cars in this monstrous, gigantic SUV that no one's going to pay for and that no one wants. Hyundai and Kia have spent so much time making their target demographic people without a lot of money that they bring this out and no one wants it. No, if you make yourself the cheap budget brand, then you can't do crap like this. That's why Toyota created Scion, because they wanted to create more upscale cars like the Avalon and bring the Corolla and bring the Camry a little bit up market. That's why they created Scion. Hyundai, you can't just do this, and when you do, style it well. Don't do whatever this is supposed to be. It's ugly. It's ugly. It's hideous, and no one wants it. So with that, thank you for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And if any of you buy a Hyundai, I will be very upset with you.